Yeah, good first day of practice. Nice and cool out there today, so we got a little bit of work done. Obviously, with the abbreviated schedule today, begin to ramp up as we go throughout training camp. But the day of base offense, defense, special teams, and kind of get our feet wet, and get our feet under us, and get ready to go. So, with that in mind, I'll take some questions.
Dennis,
You guys notice?
Yeah, a little bit. I gotta ask you, how did he look on the track?
Look, I thought he looked good. I mean, it's part of the process. This was, part of our kind of design, hoping that he would be in a position to be able to do that. He was. I think we still got to be smart with him as we go throughout training camp. But I thought it was a good start to have him out there on the first day. I was excited about seeing number 13 walk out on the field.
could you see something in him? Like, how would you describe how he was, I don't know, emotionally, or what did you see in him today?
Excited.
Yeah.
That'd be a good question to ask him, how he is emotionally, but certainly, I listen, Mike Thomas wants to be out here. He wants to help this team win games. And that's his whole mindset and his whole purpose. And he's extremely driven to be able to do that. And I think this was a good step in the right direction. So we still, we still got some things we got to get accomplished. But it was good to have him out here on the first day.
What's the process going to be just for ramping him up? Is that just going to be kind of like a gradual day throughout?
Yeah, we kind of have a little process that's mapped out. We'll have to be ready to be adaptable, but I think overall, there'll be a slow progress to kind of ramp him up and get him ready to participate in team activities and things of that nature.
Dennis, when you said,
How important is he to what you all want to do? I mean, as a defense coordinator, a guy like that in an offense.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's proven that he's one of the top receivers in our league when he's able to be healthy. And so I think it's important to have him. He's another one of those weapons that we've kind of counted on and kind of planned for. And so I think he is important.
Dennis, when you say this was,
When you look at Taysom, I think back on the front coverage, do you see him play anything, all special teams, even maybe returning kick?
Look, I'm not going to rule anything out. Like I said yesterday with Taysom, I mean, I think he could, pretty much do anything he really wants to do, and so that's part of the role that he's been in. He's effective in that role for us, and so we're going to utilize him in as many roles as possible.
when you say this was part of your design with Michael Thomas, is that the original, almost since the November surgery? Was the expected timetable?
Well, the hope was that he would be ready to start training camp. Now, to what level he would have been ready to start, we didn't know the answer to that. But as the picture became clearer and clearer, we felt like this was a possibility. And, we had a chance to evaluate him a little bit this morning. He felt good. We felt good about it and thought it was important for him to be out there with the team.
How do you think he looks about that?
I thought he looked good. I mean, obviously you're just coming right off the practice field. So there's still time that we got to go in and evaluate things. But I thought overall, he did a nice job. I thought our offense got in and out of the huddle. It was crisp. There wasn't a lot of repeated plays or anything like that. So that's always a good thing.
Have you decided, is he healthy enough? Is he going to play in the preseason? Do you want to see
We're
him?
not even to that point yet. You know what I mean? But I do like where he's at right now.
Yeah, the pads on the helmet, is that something new?
It's a league mandated. We voted on it in the spring, and it's really a precautionary measure. Try to help against concussions.
Is this what I'm answering?
Offensive line, defensive line, tight ends, and linebackers is mandatory.
Coach, how do you think Marcus May looked out there today? Marcus May.
Look, for the first time of him really practicing football in a while, I thought he did a good job. He's another guy. Look, with all these injured guys coming off of injuries, there's a process that you have to go through to get yourself back. But I thought it was a good start.
Dennis said, maybe not that long ago, a guy had an Achilles injury in November. It would kind of rule him out to be out here right now. What do you give you his confidence that he'd be kind of ready to contribute, even though
Well, you're just going off the information you're gathering from the doctor. and we felt good about that decision. He looks good as we sit here right now, and so we're just going to keep progressing with him.
Dennis,
Is that stuff like healing faster? Are you noticing that the guys coming back from that sort of stuff faster?
Well, look, I think everybody's healing faster from a lot of different things. I think that's just the way modern medicine is now. It's the way these athletes take care of their bodies. I mean, I just think it's, I don't know if evolution's the right word or not, but I mean, I just think that's part of the process.
Dennis, at any point today, maybe even before practice, did you take a minute just to sort of drink it in, the first practice, what it means to you? Did you take, no?
Not really. Not really. I mean, this is about getting a football team ready to go play a regular season and win football games. And so, didn't really think anything about myself or anything that was going on around me. It was just kind of tunnel vision on how do we get better. And you know what? Here's the thing. That's the message I'm preaching to our players. And if I can't adhere to that message, then, what good is it? So it really is tunnel vision, one step at a time. All those cliches that you think about, but they're real. And it's the way you get better in this game.
Could you give us the update on Pete Warner's status?
He was ruled out with an injury. We're really not going to really kind of get into a lot of these injuries, what they are, timelines, or anything like that. But hopefully it's nothing that's going to keep him out too long.
Dennis, how do you feel the progress of Peyton Turner back out there today?
Well, I mean, it's hard to use the term progress. I mean, the fact that he's out there, I guess I would say that that's progress. But I know he had one really nice rush coming off the right side, and I know he's worked extremely hard throughout the offseason to get himself in position and ready to participate. And so we'll evaluate him as we go through. But again, he's another guy that it's good to have him out there.
You mentioned yesterday that you guys have a lot to work on. What specifically do you want to work on in training?
The list is way too long to name off everything right here. Yeah, look, number one is get ourselves into football shape. That would be the primary thing that we've got to be able to do. We have to develop an understanding of what we're doing scheme-wise, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game, and then how do we develop the skills and the techniques that we're going to utilize to be able to do our job. And that's really what, training camp's about.
It was a good base today. So the rookies like Olave, Kenny, how many times have they been through this, the installation in their rookie from when they got here?
Well, so as a rookie, you get an install in rookie camp. You get another install of it in the OTAs and minicamp, and so this is really kind of their third time through of getting the same install. And it's I think that's the best way to do it. It's like just repetitive action, and then hopefully we see what sticks and what our guys can do best and put them in those positions.
Is it fire hose, type of information? I mean, you're not going to slow down for them, obviously. That's the team.
Well, we can. You know what I mean? Like, and the players would tell you, like, it's their job to know what to do. And so everybody learns in different ways, at different speeds. But as a professional football player, it's your job to know what to do. It's our job as coaches to help you figure out how to do it better. And that's kind of our philosophy.